I'm Josh Greenberg. I'm President and CEO here at AVmedia. Also very proud to be known as our culture captain. Sometimes folks will kind of chuckle at the title, but I'm actually really proud of it. And there was this caricature of me outside of my office door with a big C on my chest. And I turned to one of the folks that were here and I said, why is this here? What is this? I was kind of afraid of the answer. And they said, Josh, we decided that you should have a superhero name. We want to call you the culture captain. And at first I kind of thought they were making fun of me because I'm, all about our culture. But I take it very seriously. And they said, no, Josh, we really want you to have that title. We think that fits you the best because, you always say if the culture of the company is not right, then the performance won't be right. And I truly believe that. It's really what I do most is to protect and make sure to develop and grow our culture. My job's pretty simple. It's to make sure that everybody at the company has a shared and aligned vision of where we're going and what we're doing and feel great about it. And then we have the right people in the right seats, on the bus to get us there. So if that ever changes and the culture of AVmedia isn't going the right way, our people are the ones that vote. And at the end of the day, that'll be it. But I don't plan on seeing that happen anytime soon. So, yeah. I'm also, I like to tell everybody, I'm proud husband of Christy, 30 years plus. Proud father to Sam and Ben, 24 and 27. And, just really appreciate you giving me some time to chat. My first job was bussing tables at a Mexican restaurant, and on my very first night I had a tray full of bar glasses and I dropped it, and the glasses shattered all over the place, and I was pretty embarrassed and felt terrible and figured I was going to get run out of the restaurant. But it was actually pretty cool. Some of the older servers and folks in the kitchen put their arm around me and said, "Hey man, don't worry about it. Stuff happens. Try not to do it again." And I went a long time without dropping any trays, believe it or not. I worked in the restaurant industry for, close to 20 years, and was very proud of the fact I didn't drop too many trays after that. But that was my first job. Honestly, it was kind of right place at the right time. I was in the restaurant industry for a long time, and some things were changing with the culture of the organization I was with at the time. And so I decided I wanted to look outside, and a friend of mine that was recruiting in the industry said, what, timing's everything. And he told me about an opportunity with a company called Swank Audiovisuals. And I said, okay, what is that? I didn't know the industry, I didn't know the business. But I met the people at Swank, and I started interviewing with some of the leadership. And I really, sort of fell in love with their vision of service and how they take care of their people, and what the expectations are for relationships and service. And so it was just really appealing to me. And it just, they said, look, Josh, you can learn the technical aspects, even though it's difficult as it is for me. They said, you can learn the technical aspects, but teaching the heart and soul of services is not as easy sometimes. And so they wanted somebody that could help them grow the business, treat the people the way they wanted those folks treated, and help grow the organization. So, it just worked out for me that they were looking, and things just lined up, and we connected on the right values, and it's kind of, the rest was history. And that's how I got into the industry, quite frankly. It was really right place, right time, and pure luck. Swank went through an acquisition process, and when the company was acquired, I thought things were changing in a way that didn't necessarily line up with the way I like to operate and things from a culture perspective. Not necessarily bad. I don't want to say that something was going wrong with the company that acquired us. It was just more about how I felt and how I aligned. So I chose to do something else, and there were a couple of people that had worked for me during my time at Swank that had moved over to AVmedia, and AVmedia was early. We maybe had 30 full-time family members at the time, and I always use the word, you won't hear me say the E word. I don't use the employee word. It's family members. That's who we are here. And they reached out to me and they said, "Hey Josh, AVmedia, the values and the culture that the two co-founders had, you'd align really well with, and they're trying to grow the on-site hospitality portfolio of the company, or the in-house AV side of the company. you should talk to these guys. And so I met with them, and we just lined up on strategy and culture and how we wanted to see the company grow. So I joined the organization. It was a little over 11 years ago, and then after a couple of years, it just kind of lined up for me to become, take on a bigger role within the organization. And I'm just so fortunate to have all the people around me, and the journey is, the successes are because of them. I mean, it's just things have turned out well. It's so easy. You know the answer. It's the people, right? I mean, it's getting to be with the people here at AVmedia every day. When I'm out in the field, going to show site, seeing what the people do, hearing the feedback from the customers. I mean, it's always so good. Going and meeting with our family members and hearing what's working for them, and having a chance to try to make something better, or they want something to be better. Coming to our home offices every morning, it's a pattern for me. I walk in, I go straight to the back of the house. I go and see all of our showroom folks and techs every morning. Make sure they're feeling good, or at least as good as they can, because the work they do is ridiculously hard. And then come in and see the folks that are here in the office, and I get to work with people that inspire me, that I think do incredible work, that make me want to be better. I'm lucky. The first one is easy, be with family. Like, if I have an opportunity to be with Christy and Sam and Ben, that's what I'm going to want to do. Then be at the beach and surfing, even though I'm only so good at it. It's just a joy for me. My wife always jokes, she's like, the only time I ever see Josh sit still and relax is when he's out in the water. So any chance I get to be on my surfboard's a good day. Gardening. I really, really like to garden. I like to grow things. I like to dig in the dirt. It's a lot of fun for me. And then I used to play golf. And I actually used to be pretty decent, and now I stink at it. I play like twice a year now, but every once in a while getting out and playing golf is fun. And then, going out and having a cocktail or four, it's good. It's very much about following my plan and executing what's on my calendar. If I'm out in the field, I clear my calendar. I want to make sure that I'm focused on our people, I'm focused on our customers, hotel partners, meeting planners, whoever it might be that I'm meeting with. When I'm here in the office, phone calls and meetings and and strategic work. So every day is different. It really is. Rincon, Puerto Rico is my favorite place to travel. It's on the western tip of the island. It's just beautiful, laid back, a little slower pace, beautiful beaches, really nice people. Chris and I have been there many times. We love Rincon. My son's going to school in Grenada for veterinary medicine school. We've been a couple of times. Grenada is really beautiful. I love going to Virginia Tech for a football game. So, We have our 1, 3, 5, and 10 strategic plan, right? Things that we're working on that are immediate for this year, things that are kind of on that 18 to 36 month trajectory, 5-year, 10-year trajectory. A lot of that really hasn't changed too much. Some things have been sped up, some things have been slowed down a little bit depending on how the nature of the world works. But, without a doubt, we're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to build the culture of AVmedia based on what the people want and what's going to motivate them, and what our guests want, our customers want. That's going to continue to make sure that they stay with AVmedia. Our retention rate is exceptional, and I want to keep it that way. Training culture is a really important part of where we've continued to evolve as an organization. Making sure that people see a path to continue to develop their skills and grow in a way that's going to keep them with the organization and make them happy. And innovation is just so critical to the company. Making we have tremendous leadership with our innovation arm here at AVmedia, and it doesn't belong to one person. It really belongs to the entire organization that funnels, but we have one person that administers, if you will. And making sure that not only are we on the curve but ahead, but also making sure that what we do is aligned with the needs and what our customers and our meeting planners and producers and what those folks say we need to do. So we're going to continue to grow all arms of the organization, make sure people have a good time, and And I'm really proud of, we've got folks that want to continue to, that want to come to AVmedia. So as we grow, it's opportunities for them and opportunities for people within the company. And that's really what it's about as we move to our ultimate goal, which is transferring some kind of equity or ownership or something to our family members in the future. That's really important to our owner, JD, and we want to make sure that folks have as much return on what they give to the company as we can and stay with us forever if possible. Production services, there's a ton of competition. And in on-site services, there's a good amount of competition, but it's really dominated by 1 to maybe 3 major players. And what I love is when we meet a new client or customer and they start to learn about our differentiators and they see the genuine spirit that comes along with an AVmedia family member, which is all developed because of the culture and what we have here, they truly see a difference. And people ask, what's your silver bullet? We don't have one. I don't believe in silver bullets. The people here aren't going to tell you we have them. It's all these little things that add up along the stakeholder experience that makes us an anomaly. And that's really what we're about, to just provide those differences that add up to something that people say, hey, we want to stay, whether that's our internal people, like all our family members, to our customers and partners. So I'm just excited to continue to see us grow in that way. Again, there's a lot of things I know we can do better, but I know this, there's not a person here that won't give everything they have to make sure that if we make a mistake, as our cultural statement says, we learn from it, we vow never to repeat it, and we get better. And that's really it's what we're about, is just taking care of others and getting better.